The Kings of CONCACAF are the champions of the Gold Cup in the 2021 edition. And yes, many have questioned when I call this the Kings of CONCACAF, but there you have it. We've won Nations League with our A squad, and we've won Gold Cup with our C squad. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Filippo, and in this series, every day after US Men's National Team game, we go on and we say 7 things we learned from that match. Obviously, there's more, as I always say. Feel free to comment whatever you learned, and congratulations to the entire United States, because we are officially the Kings of CONCACAF now. I also said we would have to 1-0 our way to the final, and surprisingly, it all happened. We literally 1-0'd our way through and won the Gold Cup with the 1-0 that I expected us to grind it out. I didn't think we would literally get the 1-0, but it happened. Now look, before we advance in this video, please hit the like button if you enjoy this type of content, subscribe to join the family, and hit the notification bell to not miss any of the videos. Tomorrow we will be doing a live stream, the CONCACAF Awards. We're going to give I'm going to say the players that gained the awards throughout this tournament, the best players. Join us and be at the live stream as well to have some fun. It's going to be lots of fun, like a hangout. So with all that said, hit the like button, and let's go to the 7 things we learned from USMNT 1, Mexico 0, the new Kings of CONCACAF. Not the new, we already were the Kings of CONCACAF in June, but roll the intro. Okay, so lesson number 1 that we learned, and it's actually a lesson we learned this summer, is Mexico's kryptonite, their weakness, is set pieces. And Coach Lex Luthor, Berhalter, knows that. Throughout the summer, we scored 4 goals against Mexico. 3 of them came out of set pieces. 2 of them on Nations League, and again, on the final, we scored on a set piece from Acosta, sending it to Miles Robinson. Greg definitely knows that by now. Hopefully we can take advantage of that throughout World Cup qualifiers. We know their weakness. Let's exploit it. Lesson number 2 of what we learned is James Sands is better when he plays central. Now look, what do I mean by central? He played as a central defender. But look, what I mean is, when we played with 4 in the back, he wasn't as good. So when we played 3 in the back and he's the central center back, he had some very good performance, especially in distribution. So I do think Sands can be used on a 3 in the back formation as the central center back. Otherwise, I wouldn't play him on 2 center backs. I would play him as a 6. So we learned that as well from James Sands. Shakier performances when we played with 4 in the back, but very good when he had to play a central role. So he's still in contention for that 6 spot, but I'm going to talk about who's actually the front runner for that, which is obviously Tyler Adams, but the backup has to be Kellen Acosta because, man, I've been critical of Acosta, but what a freaking performance by Acosta on the 3 knockout round matches of Gold Cup. But I'm getting off topic. This lesson was James Sands has to play central. Lesson number 3 is it seems like a winning culture is being built. We saw that winning mentality in Nations League in the final against Mexico. We saw that winning mentality again throughout the knockout rounds of this Gold Cup. In the same way I say, when there's mistakes with 2 different rosters, I blame it on Greg Berhalter. When there's 2 positives with 2 different rosters, I have to give credit to Greg Berhalter, and that's a big props to him for that, right? So we saw the winning mentality with the 23-man roster in Nations League, and now with this team as well, with pretty much no players being repeated, very few. I'd say maybe Reggie Cannon is the first one that comes to mind. So congratulations to Greg. Fantastic job in regards to that. I'm also very critical of Greg Berhalter, but I gotta give him credit where credit's due, and he most certainly deserves a lot of credit right there. And congratulations to him for his birthday and the trophy. Lesson number 4, and before I get to lesson number 4, hit that like button right now. It really helps the channel very much. And we've been growing thanks to you guys. I love you guys very much. 2 trophies this summer. I'm so happy. Lesson number 4 is Matthew Hoppy is a dog. And yes, during Nations League, I did point out that we had 2 dogs in the final that we really needed to win, and that was DeAndre Yedlin and Weston McKennie. They were just out there to bite the opponent and get the job done. And Matthew Hoppy as well. He talked trash. He was physical. He was pushing players. He did what he had to do. He was just a straight up dog in this game, actually in this tournament. I love the attitude from Matthew Hoppy along with the talent, but I'm not going to talk about the talent. I'm talking more about the attitude here. So we learned that from Matthew Hoppy as well. I didn't know that before the tournament started. I knew about his talent, but I didn't know he had this attitude. Lesson number 5 that we learned is that form matters when you're going to do a national team call-up. And why am I saying this? We saw that with Paul Riola. He wasn't the Paul Riola we know. Is Paul Riola in form the best player in the world? No. but he's a much better player than what we saw. But he hasn't been healthy for 2 years, so form matters. And another way that we can look at this is comparing Zach Steffen to Matt Turner as well. Matt Turner looked sharper because Matt Turner is playing, he's in form. Zach Steffen isn't playing very much for Manchester City. So when getting a call-up, form matters. And hopefully Greg also does that in the future, which Greg has been pretty aware of the issues and he has acted upon in this Gold Cup, so he gained a lot of confidence from me. And I actually even apologize for some of the criticism on Berhalter, even though I think it was very fair. This one, he needs a lot of credit, so congratulations again to Berhalter. I'm complimenting a little bit too much at this point, but let's go to lesson number 6. Number 5 was that form matters on national team call-ups. So number 6 is something that we should have known by now, but I saw some big accounts and some other people in the media talking about how Matt Turner is fine with his feet. It's just a conspiracy theory that he's not good with his feet. And sorry, we saw it in this game. Matt Turner is absolutely fantastic as a shot stopper, but we saw with his feet, he's very shaky at times. He wasn't good at distribution on the very few times that he was required. His touch was heavy, and in the very first minute of the game, he almost gave a ball away, almost made a penalty kick because of a bad touch. So Turner is not good with his feet. Don't let anyone say otherwise. It's just a fact. Now, shot stopping ability, as I said in the previous video for the 7 things we learned, he might actually be our best shot stopper nowadays. I'm not joking. He really might be. So if we're not going to play out of the back, it's fine for Berhalter to start Matt Turner. If we're going to play out of the back, then we need a goalkeeper that can play with his feet, and that's not Matt Turner. Lesson number 7 is something one of the viewers brought up in the comment section last time. And yes, as I said, comment down below what you learned because I do read it. Greg's slowness to react to fix an issue such as Kellyn Acosta paid off. Kellyn Acosta was the man of the match. He was absolutely brilliant on the defensive end. He got the assist. He was good on set pieces as well. Acosta was just absolutely fantastic. And I've been very critical of Acosta, but during the knockout rounds in Gold Cup, he was our best player for many of the matches. And in the final, we wouldn't have won without him. Right, along with Miles Robinson. Those two to me were our 2 best players in the tournament, but I'll talk about that in tomorrow's live stream. But look, Berhalter is very slow to react on issues, and I talked about this in the last video, and I still think he is. But he's shown throughout this Gold Cup that he's aware, I've talked about this as well, and he's acting upon it. But again, sometimes I can be too critical of him, and his slowness to react paid off because he was very slow to give up on Acosta. And look at Acosta this tournament. He's one of the main reasons we got this trophy. So maybe in that sense, I was the one wrong, not Greg. But at the same time, let's not forget, some of the things he persisted did not pay off, such as Jackson Yeo, for example. But also credit to Berhalter for not playing Jackson Yeo anymore and recognizing that it just wasn't working. Now everyone enjoy. You know, not everything's perfect. There's issues to be addressed, and I hope Greg does address them and fixes them. Overall, very positive. Greg did gain points with me and most certainly gained with a lot of people, but it wasn't perfect. We 1-0 our way to the final. We won the final 1-0. We got another trophy. We need to now win the World Cup qualifying to consolidate ourselves as the powerhouses of CONCACAF. All right, I want to thank you all very much for watching. Sorry for the tired face. I'm recording this way after the game. 5 hours streaming, pretty tired. Hit the like button before you go. Thank you for watching, everyone, and have a great day.